Hey, good morning. Thanks so much for being here with us on the Daily Brew. It's Friday, and it's a big day because it's the Memorial Day weekend, folks.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just a big day because it's Friday.
You think
And
so?
tomorrow's Saturday.
And then, Monday, Memorial Day.
We don't get off on Memorial Day, though.
Yeah, but we're celebrating because we're thinking all those people out there, those folks.
It's true.
Serving
It's true.
this great country. And we're going to cook some hamburgers, hot dogs. Just have a great time.
Yeah, I was on the freeway the other day, and I'm already seeing all the cars pulling their trailers. You know, they're all getting ready to go camping this weekend, so that should be fun.
I've seen a lot of the
gonna be busy.
flags planted outside in like neighborhoods and
Yep.
stuff like that too, which is a good tradition. I'm glad that keeps on going. I remember I did that as a kid growing up. With like buckets of flags, and you just have to go around the neighborhood and just plant them in everybody's yard.
I love it.
Good traditions.
Well, as Jacob mentioned, it is going to be busy out there, and we've got you covered today. What are the best and worst times to travel? Well, we'll check with AAA just to see. And today, 12 p.m., 12 to 8, right? That's
It's the
going to be
worst
your
time?
worst time, yeah. But if you leave before 11 o'clock today, you're going to be doing good. And
So
then,
watch the Daily Brew.
So, yeah,
We'll
watch
get done
the
here in
Daily
about 15 minutes.
And then you can head out.
And then you
Grab
can
the bags.
I love it.
And go ahead and head out. I tell you what, that's my plan.
Yeah, that's Stephen Flynn. He is jetting out of here. He's going to be quick. Now, Monday, on Memorial Day, the worst time is going to be from 4 to 7, right? So try to leave a little bit earlier before 2 p.m. That'll sort of, get you around all that travel fuss. Gas prices, not a lot to talk about there. I mean, they're a little bit cheaper. Not a huge difference, though.
No.
Filling up.
But sometimes I know when it's been high, that sometimes could be a huge detractor whether or not people go out.
Yeah.
But like you just mentioned, it looks pretty good for right now. So people might be, hitching the trailer and heading out.
Anytime family comes to visit us, they always leave saying, man, those gas prices in Arkansas are awesome. Now, my family's traveling from Illinois, where it is $1.50 more expensive to get gas there. So it's a little treat for them to stop at the gas station here.
Yeah, I think sometimes we forget that we are so lucky to live in such a beautiful state.
Yeah.
I know it's expensive for families, but compared to others, it's a good deal sometimes.
It is a good deal.
All right, let's talk about where people are traveling. Take a look at this list. Do you think it's right? These are the top destinations where people are traveling domestically. Orlando, that's no surprise,
Florida.
right?
For
Makes
Disney?
sense.
Yeah, of course.
That people are going
Disney,
there.
let's see here, Seattle, New York, Vegas on Memorial Day? Interesting. I guess it's popular.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a little trip to Vegas. just saying.
Miami, San Francisco, Anchorage, Alaska? No.
Dude, don't you dare, Stephen.
Stop.
Alaska is one of my favorite places on this planet.
Memorial Day is
would
for the
live there.
beach and for the rivers and not
lakes.
the snow.
I could do some hiking in Alaska to celebrate, a little bit of fishing.
Sure, catch me in November, not,
Glacier
not almost summer. Chicago, Denver, and Boston wraps up the domestic side of things. Internationally, Rome, Italy.
Yes.
Our very own Tiffany Lee just came back from Italy. Vancouver, Canada. Our good friend, you remember Stephen Abshire? He lives in Vancouver now. Shout
Yeah,
out.
he does some awesome little videos on weather. I love it.
Paris, France, London, Greece, Dublin, Ireland. That is on my bucket list to go one day. Barcelona, Southampton, Amsterdam in the Netherlands, and Edinburgh,
In
Scotland.
Scotland, yeah. Those are some good destinations. I mean, I'll take any of them, I think. They all look good, right?
Yeah, and we and like you just talked about how beautiful this state is. There's so many places here where I know people are going to be traveling to.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
yeah.
I mean, you talk about like Buffalo River, all the lakes we have, Beaver Lake. It's going to be packed out there this weekend probably. Short drive away. I know like the Ozarks is very popular as well, Central Missouri. So probably a big weekend for us. Just wish the weather was a little bit better,
Yeah.
which of course we'll talk about a little bit later.
Yeah, don't ruin our day just yet, Stephen.
I'll
Give
try
us
not
a
to.
minute. Give us a minute. All right, let's talk about the price of fast food. That's been rising, right?
hate that.
The average cost there basically hovering above $11. Now we're talking across the U.S. That's the average price, about $11. A new survey from Lending Tree says that San Francisco, of course, is the most expensive for fast food. And then you have Seattle and then Columbus, Ohio, right?
Columbus, Ohio. What?
I know. It just came out of nowhere.
Who is in Ohio? Why is that fast food so expensive there?
Columbus, I mean, they have a really good pumping economy, right? Like it's business oriented.
Okay.
So I think it's got a lot going on.
All right. I just know the university's there.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Either way, this is ridiculous.
But and you notice it anytime you go get any type of fast food and you're there, you're like, really?
You know what the problem here is? Is that the prices keep on going up and the quality keeps on going down. I just want, if I'm gonna pay $30 at McDonald's for 2 people, whatever in that bag better be exactly what I ordered. Every time I go to fast food now, it is wrong, and it is so upsetting because now we have to sit in line. Like, so I've had somebody at fast food tell me before, hey, like, can you leave? Because the car that you're right at the window, when your car's there, hits like a plate, and they have like timers in there to keep the momentum going.
They want you to move so they can push the button that they served you
I'm going to check my bag first, and it was wrong. So like, I'm glad I stayed and took up your drive-through a little bit longer because my food's not right.
I've been told that too. I was in a drive-through and they handed me the bag, and I just went to. I only had like 3 things in the bag to open. He's like, "Hey, can you move forward?" And I'm like, "Yeah, just 1 second." And I'm like, he's like yelling at me to move forward, and of course it was wrong. Like, can I have 2 seconds? I know you got a timer, but give me a second, right?
I don't care that the food is not top notch. I'm there for a reason. I want to eat the food.
Yeah.
But if I'm paying for it and I've already paid before, like, you've given me the food, I need a guarantee. That's what I want advancement in fast food. If we're paying more, please make sure that it's right.
Okay, we're on our soapboxes today. Like, we are just getting after it. Let's talk about this, though. Interestingly enough, there's another survey by Food and Wine. It actually found that 78% of the people they surveyed now think of fast food as a luxury.
Yeah. I mean, like Steven just said, if you're spending that much already to go to fast food, then, you might as well go to the grocery store.
You go to Chick-fil-A right now. I feel like Chick-fil-A was one of the better ones, though. That hasn't like really fluctuated that much over the years. I think you go to Chick-fil-A, say you just get like a number 1, nothing, like it's like a sandwich, fry, and a drink. It's still probably under $10 for most places. I feel like
right at
under $10. But it constantly is going up and up and up. And if you're serving a whole family, you take a family of 4 to fast food now, you're spending $50.
Yeah, you are. But I mean, say if we go to like maybe a nicer restaurant, Olive Garden, Red Lobster, something like that.
Sure.
My family of 3, I mean, we're not getting out of there for less than $100. Like, it's not happening.
Yeah. So it's not just fast food. It's just everything.
Yeah.
Everything's getting more expensive. You already knew that, though.
You already knew. Okay, Steven, Survivor, the finale. It is over.
I had to beg for this to be made into the show, by the way.
I forgot.
Just so you know. For the Survivor fans out there.
If you were here with us yesterday, we said we'd do it today.
Outwit, outplay, outlast, Survivor. Go ahead, Joe.
All right, so the season finale, right, Survivor Season 48, has a new champion. Who snagged that $1 million prize?
That would be Kyle, the deserving winner. As we talked about yesterday, we would reveal the winner today. So now if you're upset with me because you didn't watch it yet, I gave you the warning yesterday that we'd be announcing the winner today, even though it aired 2 days ago by now. So there's your warning. Kyle, 31 years old, attorney. Now here's the thing, lied the whole season and did not tell people he was a lawyer. Several people have done it in Survivor because people get scared of lawyers.
They think that you're gonna, play the game better.
You're manipulating.
And you're gonna play the game better. They've had celebrities on where they lied about who they were.
Yeah.
But someone's like, that looks familiar. Like,
this show's full of drama.
Yeah.
It's full of drama. Well, I think a big reason too, and Jacob's a big fan of Survivor as well, is that they're scared of lawyers because if you get to the end, the final 3, part of the game is now you have to pitch to the jury why you deserve to win. What do lawyers do Monday through Friday?
Oh, they're good at that.
They're pitching to a jury why they deserve to win this case.
Okay, so don't tell them because they'll vote you out of there.
So the other part of this, though, and if you're a Daily Brew watcher, we've talked about Joe and, oh my gosh, I watched every episode. This is Eva. Earlier this season. They had a moment as well where Eva has autism. She was really struggling through a challenge, and Joe came and hugged her.
Which isn't allowed to cross enemy lines, but they let him.
Now, those 2 did make it to the final. So those 2 and Kyle make it to the final 3, and Kyle wins Survivor. And from what I saw, I think it was close between him and Eva. Joe had like 1 vote, but yeah, $1 million goes to Kyle.
What'd you think? Were you happy with this win?
I didn't watch.
What?
I didn't watch this season. I know like I was saying, I usually watch, but did not watch this season. But I'm trying to get back into it. It's such a good show.
Yeah,
it's such
definitely.
a good show.
It's a consistent show that I will watch forever. What was different this season, though, and if you record it and then watch it the next day, like my parents, sorry, I mean, you missed it all season long. But during the commercial breaks, you got to vote for season 50. So we're at 48 right now. 49 is going to be this fall. And then a year from right now, spring, is going to be Survivor 50, where it's all controlled by the fans. Wow. So we voted on the buffs that they're going to wear, whether they get rice or no rice, whether they get immunity idols, whether like the challenges involved, all voted on by the fans for the season 50 reward for us.
Steven, why don't you try out for Survivor?
Ooh.
See if
you want to know a
be...
secret? Or you should know this already, because Darren talks about it all the time. Because Darren wants to compete on
the American Race?
No, Wheel of Fortune or something like that. We cannot compete.
The Price is Right?
If it's like we work for CBS, so we cannot then compete on CBS shows. There's a fun fact for you. So when I retire from 5 News one day, then I'll start putting in my name for Survivor.
I'll vote for you. Yeah. No rice for Steven. I'm just kidding. I'll give you rice, Steven.
Thanks.
All right, let's talk about this. When it comes to senior pranks, some students go big. Check out what these students did in Kentucky. They're in Shepherdsville. It's at Bullitt Central High. They turned their final prank into a free-for-all. They brought everybody, basically. Their pets, their little brothers, their little sisters, whoever. Dogs strutting through the halls, kittens peeking from backpacks, toddlers everywhere. And what can you do when you got that many students bringing all these pets and folks in?
The senior prank is that they brought their entire families to school?
Yeah, like they just brought whoever, their pets, whatever.
If I'm like the SRO officer that day, I'm just like...
I'm calling in sick, or I'm going home, right?
The principal was like, they're like, oh, they're all back to school. Wait, no. That's not. It's these random people I've never seen before.
It's like you have to hit the intercom, like, all right, everybody come to the office, get your guest pass.
They're just holding a baby.
Oh, yeah, that's cute. I feel like this is one of the best senior pranks. You know, like, nobody gets hurt, no damage done to anything.
Is that a cat?
But what a great day.
Yeah, great day. I mean, you think about for these parents, the last time they've spent a day at school has been 20, 25 years, who knows? So they get to spend the day with their kiddos for the last day of school. I like that tradition. Maybe we should do this more often.
Maybe we could like bring everybody free for all to work one day.
Yeah.
Maybe we have one of those.
That would be fun.
Right? No. No.
Well, okay, who are you bringing? Are you bringing your 2 cats?
No.
Why?
Because we got dog owners here.
Yeah.
Our bosses love their dogs, and no, I ain't bringing my cats around those
Maybe
things.
your cats will be smacking some dogs around.
No, they don't like dogs.
Who are you bringing?
I'm not bringing my cats around your dogs either. Your dogs are, those Dobermans, they're lovable.
I would bring my brother. I want him to come here. I don't have any pets here, but I want my brother.
He's visited before.
He's visited before. Yeah. He loves it up here, and so I was like, he would love to come.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'd like that. I like that. My 2 Dobermans. I have 2 little brother Dobermans.
They're cuties.
They're red. They're sweet. I'd bring them.
You guys are like, I'm gonna bring pets. I'm like, I'll bring my
brother. I'm afraid though, if I brought them, people would stay away from me.
You can bring in the station geese that we have.
Oh yeah, we have those 2 station geese out there.
Geese outside. Yeah, we'll bring them. All right. So let's talk about all the time you hear about, fires that start in homes, and a lot of times your dogs will end up being the hero because they'll bark, wake somebody up. Yeah. But this time, take a look at what happened. Spike the bearded dragon, to wake his owner up, just smacked him in the head with his tail to, make sure he would get up, and basically saved his life because the owner slept through 2 smoke alarms.
I would like to think that my 2 dogs back at home would
do
this.
Because
I would like to think that they would, but they would. I
dogs.
know I've seen them. They would stand over me and look at me and wait for me to do something as the home is about to burn.
But leaving your dogs or your cats outside overnight is fine. Like outside, I mean like roaming in the house. If I'm a bearded dragon owner, why is it able to wake you up in the middle of the night? You just let it roam?
Well, I think what it was sort of like he was taking a nap because he had went on like a run and he took some melatonin, so he was taking like a lazy nap.
How did the thing get out of its cage?
It wasn't. Seeing the way that they're interacting, that,
It doesn't have a cage.
That lizard does not have a cage.
Yeah.
That lizard is.
Don't you have them though, right?
I have leopard geckos, which are a smaller reptile.
And they stay in a
version.
cage?
They do, but I take them out. They hang out sometimes while I'm doing dishes or whatever. But I don't let them roam around the house because you can't
The Dobermans
potty train something like that.
Eat the gecko.
Dobermans would probably eat the gecko. Yeah, definitely. Or cats in your case would eat geckos.
They just hit it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Check out this next one. He said that they told him it was against the rules, okay, to bring his tiny son with him to accept his diploma, but a dad in New York, he didn't care. He made a run for it with his baby in his arms, and a cop not far behind at the University of Buffalo. It's going viral, this video, everyone cheering. Let's listen in. Do you hear that crowd?
Yeah. I don't understand. I didn't realize it was against the rules.
I saw this video going around, but it was one of those videos that I just scrolled past, like just watched, didn't read the context behind it. So I thought he was like had broken a law or something. Now that I know is the cop was chasing him because he was going to carry his baby on stage.
Yeah.
Come on.
I know.
Come on.
But, I think it's because the university says only graduates are allowed on stage for safety reasons.
But look at the professors or whatever, like shaking his. They're happy that he's brought the kids on stage. You hear the crowd. I know that cop is just obviously doing what she's being told.
She's got to do her job
Yeah.
for sure. And she's not grabbing him or anything. She's just like, all right.
But she is staying right behind him, saying, "All right. So once we get to the end of this stairway, we're gonna keep on walking."
Yeah, definitely so. I thought that video was just great. I mean, would you do something like that?
Well, you just think about, one, you're graduating, two, you have a baby. It's probably not easy to do that. You probably want to celebrate with your child, and I just don't understand. Yeah, maybe, like you said, maybe it is a safety thing, but they probably could have stepped back, just let him cross and then followed. But now he's always going to have that video, that went viral of him crossing with the cops right behind him.
And
It's a story to tell.
Yeah, his son will always have the video
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah.
Tell you what, employers love that.
Okay, Steven, don't ruin our weekend plans too much, but what do you got weather-wise?
It's really not my fault.
I know, it's
can't
not.
control
It's not his fault.
If I could control it, we'd be talking about something different here. All right, Northwest Arkansas, the rest of this week. Starting this evening, really through your weekend into Memorial Day on Monday. Off and on, scattered showers and thunderstorms expected. There could be a few strong to severe thunderstorms over the weekend as well. Really, while it's going to be on and off, it's not going to be consistent. My main concern is how much water we're going to pick up starting this evening, going through Monday. We're talking right around 4 to 7 inches of rainfall. So again, those rivers, those lakes, they're already high. They're going to be much higher this weekend. Those campgrounds as well. I already know a few employees here at 5 News are planning on camping this weekend and have already come to complain to me about the forecast. You get out into those campgrounds, it's going to turn into a mud fest. You can't get that thing out. Just use some caution this weekend.
Absolutely. All right. Hey, thanks so much for joining us here this week. Jacob, it's been a pleasure having you here on the Daily Brew.
It's been so much fun to be here this week. I'm sad to leave, but it's been a lot of fun.
All right. He'll be back, though. Don't worry. And Tiffany will be back here next week. Have a great Memorial Day weekend and Memorial Day on Monday. We'll see you then.